Machado Garry, the undefeated UFC welterweight star, isn't giving up on his pursuit of a fight with former title challenger Colby Covington, despite failing to secure a bout against Covington previously. In a recent Instagram post, Garry took an unconventional approach to try and get Covington's attention. His young son was featured impersonating Covington in a comedic video, which Garry shared with the caption, "From the kid that brought you the greatest fighter impressions comes a brand new one, the Colby Covington."
Leo, como faz Colby Covington? Just running away.
The post has yet to prompt a response from Covington, who hasn't competed since his loss to Leon Edwards at UFC 296. Meanwhile, Garry continues to build momentum in the welterweight division with wins over top contenders like Geoff Neal, Magny, and Daniel Rodriguez. Time will tell if Garry's persistence and playful jabs will ultimately result in the highly anticipated showdown with Covington.
As if you left out MVP. Like, naming them names and then didn't even drop MVP in there. Like, bro, Leroy, get good, bro. Get better at your job. That was absolutely shocking. But what a clip. Yeah, I mean, that was the first time I've actually seen that, and I think that's hilarious, man. Like, getting your little boy to be like, yo, do a Colby Covington, and he turns and runs off. Was that boy's about 2 years old?
Yeah.
That is absolutely fantastic. Like, so boys, what's your thoughts? Jackson? I know, like, Sterling, you're the only one here, well, as far as I'm aware, that isn't a dad. So I'm going to go to the dads of the channel first, mate. No offense, but Jax, as a father, like, wholesome vibes from that. You think it's pretty funny or what?
Man, it's funny, you know. It's funny, but and I guess he's trying to repair a little bit of his image. I guess, I don't know, man. But like, the thing is, like, to me, first of all, Colby Covington ain't shit. So Colby Covington ain't shit. The way that he
I knew I like this guy for a reason.
Keep going, Jack.
He fought Leon, that wasn't shit. The way that he made Ian Garry try to list all these demands and stuff, that wasn't shit. So
get him.
You got ain't shit over here, and then you got
get him.
Ian Garry. He's a piece of shit. The way that he acted with Neal Magny, the way that he acted with the other fighter and whatnot, like he's a piece of shit. So you got ain't shit, piece of shit, which means I don't give a shit. So that's really where we are with them too. I don't give a shit what happens with either one of them. I hope they both lose whatever they're doing next. But as far as the kid, I mean, whatever. That's cute. Whatever.
Mate, wicked. And here we go. We've got a Lee Raid coming in. I'm sure if Ola was here, he'd thank every single one of you. So shout out to, I mean, I'm a United fan, so I probably shouldn't have said that, but shout out to all the rats running up in this place.
All the rats.
All the rats are running in. Lee Raid is Gooners are coming in, man. You know what I mean? If Lee's jumping in there and watching, cheers, Lee. Hope you're good, man. Been a time, well, I think it was one of the boxing fights the last time we actually spoke. So yeah, cheers for jumping in, people. Always not here, but stay around, stick into it for a bit of entertainment and listen to some talk about some fights. You know what I mean? So yeah, Yao. Next up, and that's funny actually. I've not spoke to Sterling or Jax, neither of you, about that whole stuff between Ian Garry and Colby Covington and the whole way that fight was trying to get set up. But what's your thoughts on this?
If I was Ian Garry, I wouldn't so readily throw my child in front of Colby Covington. We know that Colby Covington has no filter and will come for anything. We saw Israel Adesanya beefing with Alex Pereira's son. So the point is, children have been shown to not be off limits per se if the children are shown to be beefing. However, I mean, like Jack said, it's a 2-year-old who was just running, you know, after his dad said Colby Covington, although it was very telling that the kid knows if you're Colby Covington, you run. So I don't know. Let's see how Colby responds. Does Colby still want the fight? That's where I kind of gravitate once again to what Jack said of, you know, do we really want to see Colby in there against Ian Garry? I want to see, look, I like Ian Garry, so I want to see him climb the ranks, sure. But do I want to see him fight Colby? Well, will it get him to climb the ranks? Sure. Would I watch the fight? Probably not. But, you know, cute clip. But I wouldn't put my kid like that in front of Colby Covington.
Nah, not at all. You know what I mean? And like I say, climbing the rankings, he's 2 places above him. Colby's sitting there in 5th, but like it's in a bit of a funny situation right now because obviously you got Bilal sitting there as champ. Leon's just lost. Kamaru Usman's wanting to go in there for a title shot. You've got Shavkat wanting to go for a title shot. Jack Della Maddalena is probably on the edge of it too. So like we'll come to Sterling next, man. Like, what's your thoughts on him putting out that video? As Yao just said there as well, like there's no hold barred with Colby. So like, was that a safe thing to do? What's the comeback on that going to be? And do you want to see that fight, or do you think we should just see how the welterweight division is playing out first and pick somebody else for Ian Garry?
I think it's all cringy as I think all the shit that they're doing all the time, and they're just little whack wannabe Conor McGregors that are just coming at it from a super different angle than Conor ever did. Or maybe Conor tried it, but it just wasn't this cringy or this just fake. It's fake, bro. It's all just social media. I get it. I'm not hating on the kid video. That's hilarious. Have y'all seen his kid imitating Conor and all them too? Doing all that? I mean, it's funny. I just know that Colby's going to come back with something stupid. He's got to pay some Miami models to get on the boat with them, say some weird, cringy shit. They're not going to fight. Colby's 52 years old. He has 1 or 2 more fights left, bro. He's going to somehow try to find an easier fight. If they do fight, let's be honest right now. If they do fight, the only reason we're going to want to watch it is because we want to see one of them get knocked out, and it's probably going to be a boring-ass fight. So, I don't know, bro. I think it's just so cringy. I'm just so tired of seeing this type of shit. It's annoying. But they're probably not even going to fight, and honestly, I don't even give a f- if they fight next. So, that's my take on it.
Press conference would be wild too. You gotta believe that. Yeah, I mean that stuff would be absolutely insane. Somebody in the chat a second ago asked where's Ola. The man is preoccupied. He's at a wedding at the moment, but I'm sure he appreciates every single one of you jumping in on this Lee raid. So make sure you're smashing the like on the Fight Week show. Make sure if you aren't already, support Ola's channel and make sure you're dropping a sub as well. As if you're feeling generous, jump on over to the Head Kick Pod, Making the Walk, and S-Dogs MMA. And myself, the Ramble with Dad. Drop us all a sub, get us all up, help us all out, give us a little boost, and drop those likes. It'd be much appreciated. But stick around, people. We've still got some more bits and bobs to talk about. So let's round that up now in the UFC a little bit, and let's drop down into PFL. So obviously I was there at the weekend on Saturday covering the event at Glasgow. Unbelievable event. As I said to you, Sterling, just before we jumped on, like, could not have had any more hospitality from a promotion than what I experienced with them. From literally arriving at the gates, like instructions were clear, everything was smooth, like they were polite, they were bringing us water, like tea, coffees, food, everything. They were just making sure that we were set up. You couldn't buy a better seat from the seats that they gave us in the media section. Like I said before, I was a spitting distance away from the cage, and the fights absolutely delivered.
If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget, we do our Dust Off Shakedown every Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK time. Don't miss it.